there by Dean Brady, the number 11. McElhinney does well to see it back to Mark Connolly, deputising in the heart of the Derry defence in the absence of Owen Toole. Diallo finds Connolly. Dummigan infield to Kavanagh, gets the 1-2. Dummigan does really well to find Diallo in a bit of space in the centre of the park. Diallo again spreading it out to Graydon over on that far left hand side. Graydon with the automatic touch to Glass. Glass gets his cross under the box, lurking at the back post was Kavanagh. Kavanagh's forced to go to the edge of the 18-yard box. Back onto Graydon. Graydon gets a head to it, but it's just wide of Jake Carey's goal. And that's another attempt from Diallo, just on the edge of his own 18-yard box, finds Connolly. Connolly's got a bit of space to run into. He's brought the ball 20 yards along the ground, finds Glass. Glass looking for the overlapping run again. James Akintunde springs the off-tight side trap, and he just puts it and rolls it beyond the path of Jake Carey. So James Akintunde opens the scoring in the 8th minute. First blood to Derry City. You just see it on the replay here. He just waited. Derry City players over celebrating. Not as many in the Brandywell tonight, unfortunately, for this game, due to probably the support that the Premier League finds in Liverpool and Man City. But Derry's opening round of the FAI Cup across 7 or 8 matches, so a glut of goals. If you had your LOI TV on last night, you had to pick of any match you wanted. A couple of 4 and 5 nulls as well too. No real cup upsets. Van Herps having exited at the first round. In another all Premier Division tie. Ryan Graydon, short ball to Call. Janet into the path of Connolly. Ryan Graydon looking to spring off straight trap. He should leave this to Kieran Call, who made a lovely overlapping run. Call controls it, plays it in the centre of the box. Brandon Kavanagh, oh, shouts of handball there. I thought when Kavanagh had it that it did come off the elbow, but maybe the throw on is going to take it. He's not happy because there's no one making an option for him. It does arrive in the shape of Michael Malone, but he loses out. Glass on the edge of the 18-yard box, gets his shot away. Carey gets down well and makes a good save to his left hand side post. Kavanagh launches it back on, headed away by Fagan. Back with Graydon. Graydon trying to get the better of Fagan, and Fagan with a schoolboy clearance just puts it out over the touchline and out of danger. But it's going to end up this, as is Cameron Dummigan. Dummigan to Diallo, and Diallo safely back to Brian Maher. Glass infield finds Call. Call waiting for Graydon. Cameron McJanet finds Dummigan. Back to Connolly. McElhinney touches it on the path of James Akintunde. McElhinney's seen now that Kieran Call had a bit of space. Call inside the 18-yard box, just rolls it into the penalty spot. Cleared well there by Kieran Walsh. Headed back on by Cameron McJanet. Back with Glass. Glass steps away from Dean Brady. Finds Kavanagh. Kavanagh, lovely ball onto Graydon. Graydon breaking on the 18-yard box. Goes for goal. So it's well played by the keeper. Goes to ground, but it's cleared again well by Kieran Walsh. Jake Carey, long clearance downfield. No shout, but Diallo does want it. Lovely touch from Brandon Kavanagh there. Kavanagh, oh, just trying to find the run of Akintunde. Akintunde does well to get the better of Bateman. Lays it back to Diallo. To McElhinney. McElhinney plays the 1-2. Glass inside the 18-yard box, and then Glass buries it past Jake Carey. Oliver Bond Celtic looking for the offside, but Glass had done well, ran into it. Lovely bit of interplay between the Derry forward line. Patrick McElhinney instrumental in some of the passing there, and Michael Glass opens his account for Derry City in the 24th minute. Derry leads 2-0. Yeah, Diallo finds McElhinney. McElhinney leaves it. You can see the hands going up there, but it's a fine finish from young Glass to give Derry the lead 2-0 in the 23rd minute. That's to nobody, and Michael Early's never going to get on the end of it, and it's easy for Derry City just to see it back to Brian Maher. Diallo, Sadou Diallo, wearing the number 15 for Derry City, picks it up in the centre of the park. Seen a lot of the ball in tonight's fixture. Ryan Connolly just being pursued there by Thomas Hannon. McElhinney strides forward, finds Diallo. Derry looking to break it again, and it's Glass again into the 18-yard box, and Glass with a fine finish to make it Derry City 3, Oliver Bond Celtic 0 in the 27th minute. They sprung the offside track again, so Derry City very firmly in the driving seat as we approach the half-hour mark. You just see from the replay here, Diallo just touches it into the onrushing path of Glass, and Glass immediately wraps his left foot around it and puts it to the left-hand side of Jake Carey's goal and finds the back of the net with a fine goal. Brady into the centre, finds Malone. Michael Malone just lays it into the path of Cian Byrne, but Byrne shows too much of that to Brandon Kavanagh, and he sees it safely back to Connolly. Diallo in the centre of the park. McElhinney spreads it out to the left to Kieran Call. McJanet finds Connolly. Connolly's got acres of grass in front of him. He's got time to look up. Plays it back to McJanet. McJanet in turn finds McElhinney. Forward to Kavanagh. Call to Graydon. Graydon has been hugging that far left-hand touchline so far tonight in this fixture. Ball finds its way into Glass. Glass to Graydon. Graydon gets a shot away, but it's wide to the right of Jake Carey's upright, and that's going to. There's very little breeze blowing, no rain, thankfully. And not too warm. As Aji Souge gets into a tussle with Cameron McJanet. McJanet's deemed to have been fouled, and Derry get things back underway very quickly. Kavanagh finds Dummigan. Plays the 1-2 with Kavanagh. Kavanagh just lifts it forward onto the path of James Akintunde. Akintunde continues his run. Akintunde lifts it over the top. Oh, it's just come off the crossbar and then comes off the post as well. Agonisingly wide. So Kavanagh just places it on the edge of the quadrant. It's going to be another corner. Wraps his left foot around it. It's deep under the back post. Kieran Call gets onto it. Oh, Cameron McJanet with a very brave header, but it's a great clearance in the end up. But and then there's a penalty awarded because Brandon Kavanagh was brought to ground just on the edge of the 18 as that ball found its way over. Derry City's new signing Declan Glass, the number 21, has an opportunity for the hat-trick here. Jake Carey trying to make himself big inside the goal, but Glass makes no mistake, and again left-footed. 3 goals from the left foot of Michael Glass. Is up over the top of the touchline. Thankfully I think he'll be making a return to action as the ball's played into the Derry 18-yard box. Cian Byrne makes a whole mess of it. Oh, and then Kieran Walsh with the goal at his mercy just couldn't. The referee gets things back underway for the start of the second half. Oliver Bond Celtic our vantage point in the Mark Farren stand. Back with Fagan. McElhinney just cushions it into the path of Graydon. Lovely touch, and Graydon's inside the 18-yard box. Graydon gets his shot away, but well played, Jake Carey. It'll do. So Diallo and Patrick McElhinney both standing over this. Diallo just backing away now. McElhinney just waiting for the run. Cameron McJanet does get ahead to it, but it's going to be a goal kick to Oliver Bond Celtic. The keeper there, Brian Maher. Patrick McElhinney leaves it. And the experienced under-21 international just waits and waits, and then eventually bowls it out to Cameron McJanet. McJanet up over the halfway line, finds Diallo. Cameron McJanet continues his run. Michael Duffy steps away from the challenge of Early. Duffy still with the ball at his feet, finds Glass. Glass has been very quiet in the last 10 or 15 minutes or so, but he does find Ryan Graydon. Graydon safely back to Dummigan. Dummigan lofts his cross on the box, headed away by Walsh. Patrick McElhaney thought about the shot, shifts onto his left foot, lofts it under the path of Michael Duffy. Duffy takes a touch, drives it down. James Akintunde gets the final touch. The referee has said, yeah, that's okay. So James Akintunde gets his second of the night to extend Derry's lead to 5-0. There's a bit of a mix-up in the Oliver Bond defence. And he's just given a signal that the subs can be made, but it's a lovely ball into the box by Patrick McElhaney. Michael Duffy thought they had got enough on it. James Akintunde just coming forward. He was still in an onside position, but the pass was exquisite from McElhaney, and the fortuitous Akintunde gets a touch rather than maybe throwing his head at it, threw his right leg at it, and the ball goes out for a team Derry City goal kick. McJanet short to Diallo. Diallo immediately been closed down by Suge. Joe Thompson, the Glaswegian, finds Kevin Porter. Porter just down that right touchline for Derry City. He loves to get a forward run, as already mentioned. Thompson finds Shane McElhaney. Back with Thompson. Glass. As Thompson has brought deep around, but Jamie McGonigal, the goal poacher, continued his run. He didn't wait for the foul. He was making sure that he got his shot away. So Duffy, better corner this time, and then it's headed away. Jamie McGonigal with another flashing header, and I tell you, Jake Carey done really well with that save there. McJanet was at the front post, he flicked it on. McGonigal was alert, he flicked the header at it, but Jake Carey does a great save from the keeper. The ball's played on Shane McElhaney, and then it's Mark Connolly who absolutely flails at it again, and the ball goes out this time for a goal kick. So Oliver Bond just located in the southwest of the inner city. It's Joe Thompson on the age of 18. He'll try and get his shot away. He does get his shot away, and Jake Carey does well just to bring it under control. And immediately he's looking for the run of Suge down that right hand side. Shane McElhaney heads it back to Brian Maher, and he immediately gets things back underway. Duffy likes an audacious free kick. He might fancy his chances even from this angle. He's got 5 Derry players inside the 6-yard box. Takes it short to Glass. Glass lifts it into the 6-yard box, and then Shane McElhaney at the back post. Mark Conway at the back post. I think he was looking. Duffy does well. And Brandon Daly just couldn't get another player in a black jersey to pick up on that. Diallo finds Thompson. A couple of the Derry fans haven't seen enough, making their way towards the exits with about 5 minutes remaining, knowing that they'll definitely be in the hat for the next round draw. It's a lovely ball on Kevin Porter, and then Jamie McGonigal with the touch. The back four are looking as well too, but you don't give Jamie McGonigal opportunities like that inside the 18-yard box, and in the 86th minute he extends Derry's lead to 7-0. So there we are, ball's played under the box. Kevin Porter met it at the back post, just touches it into the path of Jamie McGonigal, and when you've got double figures in the league for your goal tally, you don't miss opportunities like that. everyone from Oliver Bond Celtic inside the Derry 18-yard box, but Joe Thompson makes sure that the ball just doesn't quite reach its intended target, and Jamie McGonigal takes a touch. Jamie McGonigal continues his run. The keeper comes out and commits himself. John McGonigal goes wide. Jamie McGonigal gets his shot into the box, but it's up to Brandon Daly to do a sterling job and defend that and keep the scoreline at 7. He's done really well in the second half as well too. Special shout out to him. Michael Early in field. Ball's dispossessed from Dean Brady through Declan Glass. Glass gets the ball back from Michael Duffy. Joe Thompson at a stretch manages to find Kevin Porter, immediately closed down by Bundle. Back with Thompson. Glass. Declan Glass gets his foot around it, wraps his foot around it, and it's just wide of the upright. So Declan Glass, not adding to, has 3 goals.